Mr. LM Drum 1 month later. I've had the LM Drum for 1 month, and here's some additional thoughts that I haven't shared in my previous LM Drum videos. I was messing around with the Wave Designer Send, and I couldn't really hear the effect that well that it was doing, that it was shaping to the sound. And then I noticed as I was pushing one of the faders up, something changed. Let's check it out.
The format, not the format, not the format, not the function. The format, not the format, not the format, not the function.
The format.
So if you see the LED, it starts to burn brighter and brighter the more I push that fader up, and the more obvious the sound changes. So if you aren't hearing the changes, that's one thing you can try, is just pushing that fader up. It's gonna throw off your mix a bit if you're not trying to push it that hard, but you're still trying to hear those effects. So I don't know, it's a bit of a trade-off.
The format. Not the format.
On the RD8, it's a huge, drastic change what the Wave Designer does. And I'm finding on the LM Drum, it's a lot more subtle. I don't know if it's because it's processing a sample through that thing, or if it's because the RD8 is the analog synthesis going on. But for some reason, the Wave Shaper, the Wave Designer, whatever you call that thing, it's not as hard hitting. It's not as drastically changing the sound. One thing I noticed too is there's been a few glitches, and one issue I've noticed that other people are having as well is if you turn on chromatic mode and you have a 2-step pad, like a pad with multiple volumes, like the snare and the bass, it will always default to the lighter hit. So it kind of sucks for pitching the kick drum, for instance, because you're always going to have it at half volume. And I'm not sure if there's a workaround for that, but it's certainly like not in the manual. And I think that's an issue that needs to be addressed. One thing I'm really starting to appreciate with the LM Drum is that it's got the built-in mixer. So I had a small mixer and I was thinking, oh, when I get the LM Drum, I'm probably going to have to get a bigger mixer. But what I've realized is like I'm mixing a lot of the sounds with the built-in mixer and then just having a couple outs of the things I really want, like the snare or the kick.
Propane.
So for me, the LM Drum's been super fun so far. I've had a lot of fun with it. The sampling is is cool. One thing with the sampling I've noticed is I'm hitting like the memory full thing all the time. So if you make like 3 boom-bap-ish type beats in a row, you're gonna hit the memory full. And it kind of sucks because you have to delete samples that you would really rather keep. But I mean, it's keeping everything fresh and keeping everything changing. So yeah, it's another consideration with the LM drum. Yeah, so I think it's great. I think it's a great drum machine. As a sampler, I don't know. It hits the memory limitations all the time. So I think this as a dedicated drum machine and a dedicated sampler would be a really great combination. If you like the LM drum content, I did make a playlist of my other videos and I'm going to be adding more to it. And if you want even more stuff, you can check out my Patreon page. Shout out to the patrons one time. And peace. Bump that like if you haven't already. That helps the channel grow. And bye for now.